Hello everyone, this is Tatiana from Journal Time with T, and I wanted to get on and go through my planner and journal lineup for 2022. This will probably turn into a really chatty and long video, so I suggest grabbing a warm beverage of your choice. I myself have some delicious coffee this afternoon, and sit back and relax. I will do a plan with me at the end of this video in my current everyday carry, and I will try to put the timestamp in the description if you would just like to hop straight to that instead of listening to my chatty planner talk here. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So these two right here are the two main journals, planners, notebooks that I use on at least a daily basis and a weekly basis. We'll go ahead and start with this A5 here just because I don't use this one currently as much as this one, considering this one right now is my everyday carry. So I'm gonna put that off to the side here for a minute. So this is my Giovanni leather A5 size from the Chic Sparrow. This notebook here was actually my everyday carry for quite a bit of this year, quite a bit of 2021, and I'm in love with this leather, you guys. I don't know, I cannot say enough about how much I absolutely adore this leather. The feel of it is amazing. I love how floppy it is. I mean, just everything about it I love. But as I was saying, this was my everyday carry for most of 2021. I used an A5 Stylogy in it, which I actually currently still have in here, just kind of chilling. So this A5 Stylogy was my everyday carry, and I planned in it with a page per day for planning. As you can see, I used about half of this notebook. I got about halfway through it before I stopped it. But I decided that the size was just getting a little too big to do a page per day, and that's why I switched to the standard size. However, I'm not gonna lie, I've been using the standard size now for a couple weeks, and I'm already feeling the draw to go back into an A5 size. I don't know what it is about this size. I don't know if it's the particular leather notebook covers that I have for them, because I also have a A5 in Mystic Little Gift leather, or I'm sorry, Raven leather from Mystic Little Gifts and Company. This one right here that I absolutely love, and I switch out the covers quite often. They both smell and feel amazing, and I don't know, they each have their qualities that I absolutely love about them. And so I'm already feeling that draw to go back in the A5, but I'm like, you know, I switched out of the A5 because the A5 was too big. Why do I want to go back into the A5 if the standard size is working so well for me right now? And I think it's partly because I was watching a video from Adventure Denali. I believe that is her Instagram handle as well as her YouTube one. And I think it was one of her older videos, but she used to carry, I don't believe she still does, but she used to carry an A5 size notebook. It was kind of like her planner, her journal, a little bit of everything that she had in it. And she was talking about in one of her videos how much she writes, how often she writes, how many notebooks she fills. And she was saying that she finishes, like, I think it was like the Moleskines and the Lecturums, if I'm pronouncing those correctly. She can finish those in like a month. And I was like, I wish I could write that much. Like, I love writing, and I just feel like I never have anything to write about. And she's like, well, you know, her tip for writing is just write like no one is reading it. Write about random things, write about your observations, go to like a coffee shop and just write about what you see. You know, write your stream of consciousness, kind of like, you know, the morning pages that people do a lot. Just write your stream of consciousness. If you have 5 minutes in the day, take those 5 minutes instead of scrolling through your phone, take out your notebook and write. And I was like, you know, that kind of just inspired me a bit, because I really would love to be able to fill up a notebook. I hardly ever finish a notebook. I can't remember the last time I have finished a notebook when actually writing in it. I currently have in my standard size here a notebook that I've been using for daily journaling, and I'm not even halfway through that. I can't finish a notebook to save my life, and one of my goals in 2022 is to finish a notebook, because I've never finished one. Or I have, but it's been a long time since I finished a notebook, and I love writing. So I really want to write some more too. So the draw to the A5, going back, sorry, got a little off topic. So the drive to go back to the A5, or the draw, excuse me, to go back to the A5, was that I can still use the Stalogy. I jump right back into the Stalogy again for my daily planning. But I think instead of a page per day, because usually when a page per day, I do journal at the bottom of it, but a lot of it's kind of personal journaling. I try and just write about the day, you know, like a synopsis of the day, but a lot of times it turns a little personal, and I don't want people seeing that, you know, because it's my personal writing. It's just for me. And so my thought is to either do, I did play around with it, to do kind of, you know, a week per 2 pages, or maybe even, because I do like having a little bit of extra room for the day, just split the page in half and do 2 days per page. And I might end up doing that, because then I can still have a lot of room to plan and to put a little synopsis about the day, nothing too major, nothing too personal, and still have the room to do it. And then I did actually buy another A5 Stalogy, and I figured that second A5 Stalogy will just strictly be for writing. That's all I'm going to use it for. No frills, no washies, no stickers, just I get in the notebook and I write, because that's what I want to do. I always have this urge to write, and I just don't know what to write about. I've seen people, there's a girl I follow on Instagram, oh my, and I apologize, I cannot remember her name. If I think of it, I will put her in the description box below if I can find it. But she enjoys writing as well, and I've seen her actually write out like the synopsis, or like the first chapter of a new book that she's reading, just so she can write, just so she can use her fountain pens and her, you know, pretty pens and her papers. She just sits down and writes, and I want a notebook just to do that. And plus too, like, I got an old one here. I think the 2 Stalogies together in a notebook, granted I wouldn't have the smaller notebooks in there, but they would fit perfect, and I wouldn't have any issues with it. And I can carry them both around in this beautiful cover, or in my beautiful Raven one for Mystic Little Gifts, and that could be my everyday carry. And if that's the case, then I have some ideas of what I do with my standard, because I do want to keep using that as well. And I probably turn that into like a reference book, to where I can still use it, but I don't have to carry it around with me all the time, because it's just stuff that I would use at home, like ink samples or pen samples, or, you know, marker samples, you know, whatever I have, washi samples. I can just keep all in that one notebook. So if I want to see what I have, I can just pull out that notebook and look. I apologize, that was a long rant, but going back to what this is currently being used for, this currently just houses my Stalogy for the time being, because I didn't really have any other place to put it, and with the leather being so floppy and just having these 3 small notebooks in there, I didn't really care for it, so I just kept this in here too to give it a little bit more chunk. But this first notebook here is just a graph one that I actually turned into a monthly calendar. I just drew out my own monthly calendar, and this is honestly just strictly used for bill tracking. Everything in red is when we have bills due, and so I know when to pay them, because my husband gets paid every week, but I get paid every 2 weeks. So I have to make sure that the bills line up with my paydays, because it's easier to pay everything when we have 2 paychecks in the bank. But so this is just strictly for bill tracking here, and I've actually gone through and finished all the way to December of next year. So I'll probably use this the whole rest of next year as well, because I just like the setup. And then these 2 here are check registers for our joint account, and then for my personal account. It's a really simple setup that I use. I actually found this, I'm pretty sure I found this image off like Google, and I just put it in a Word document and printed it out and cut it out and made these booklets with them. But it's just super simple, and that's what I like. And you put the check number here, the date, the description of what it is, like spent at Walmart or something, you know, put that there, whether you spent the money or you deposited the money, and then your ending balance. And I use this too, I like using this too, because we have checks that we write out, and you know, people don't always cash checks when you think they're going to cash them, because some places will hold checks, I swear to God, for like months before they're like, oh hey, we have this check, let's cash it. So I like tracking all of that, so I know what we actually truly have in our account. But yeah, nothing too fancy with this one. This one's mostly just bills right now, unless I switch back to this as my everyday carry. But I do have a couple different A5 size covers that I can switch these notebooks to for my finances. But that's what that's being used for now. And then, so my current everyday carry is my Standard Traveler's Company notebook in the camel leather. I still cannot say enough about how much I love this leather. It's so smooth, it's so soft. I love how easily it scuffs up, although I haven't really taken it anywhere to get scuffed up just yet. But I can't wait to see how this ages and how it patinas over time. I'm really excited. I'm really happy with this. So my current setup with this, I put in here I got some extra stickers in here. I put in here one of those plastic like zipper folders here with some of the card holders in front. I just have some of those kiddo washi tapes that I got from my friend in Japan. She sent this to me, one of my pen pals, as my pen pal. Excuse me, I can't speak today. She sent these to me, and I think they're absolutely beautiful, so I put them in here, and I do use them in my planner or my journal occasionally. And then of course I have a picture of me and all of our fur babies. It's very rare that we actually get a picture of all 4 of them together, so I was really excited that my husband was able to capture that for me. Okay, if I can get that back in here. So that's what I have in there. I don't have anything on the other side here. This one right here, as I was saying earlier, is my diary, essentially my journal, diary, whatever you would like to call it, for all of my personal writing. I don't show this, I won't show this, because it's got a lot of personal stuff in there that I don't really want to share with anyone. But this is a Tombow River insert that I received from my friend Angelica. She gave me the sticker too. I love how simple it is. I love the sticker. I love everything about it, and I'm very happy with this still. Pretty sure I mentioned that in my last video too, but Angelica, I still love this notebook, so thank you again. And then on the other side, of course, is just the zipper folder here, and I've just got some stickers in it that I use, stickers to mark payday, and then some more of those, the pushing cat stickers like I had here. I just think they're so cute. I love the pushing cat. I love them. But like I said, I'm obsessed with everything cat related, so does that surprise you? This insert here, I actually just made the other day. I had a notebook that had sticker paper in it, but it was like this huge notebook, and I never really, I didn't use it. I didn't use all the pages. Some pages in it were used, but for the most part I didn't use it. So I took some of the pages out and I decided to make a sticker book for the standard size, so I could carry some of my stickers with me that I use or want to use. I don't have much in it yet. I just have these 3 pages, but I'm really happy with how it turned out, considering I'm not the best at chopping down notebooks, but I think I did a pretty dang good job on that. And I just used some like, oh, what kind of paper you call this? Just pretty paper. I'm gonna call it pretty paper right now because I can't think of the right word for it, to cover it for the thing. And I might decorate it at some point, but I really like the blue color and the simplicity of it, so I might leave it for a little bit. So that's the second insert. And then the last insert here is my Stalogy. It was an A5 Stalogy, and I bought it cut down to a standard size, and it's the half-year one because, y'all, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with my Stalogies, and I don't know what prompted it or what started it, but Stalogy, I think, will always be my go-to notebook. I love it so much. I love the paper. I love how flexible it is. I love how it pretty much lays flat for the most part. I mean, and it gets chunky when you put a lot of stuff in it. I don't know. Everything about it that I absolutely love. So I'll probably be in Stalogies for planners for a long time because I've been using one for a long time. The plastic cover is from Lauren Phelps Design. It was made for the standard, but as you can see, it's made for like the 365, the full year Stalogy, and there was just way too much room, like in the back here. It bowed out way too much, which made this stick out of here way too much for my liking. It was getting really in the way, so I kind of sliced it down the middle and I pulled the parts closer together and taped it, so there wasn't as much slack hanging off the ends here, and it was a little bit closer to here, so I wasn't damaging it. It didn't turn out the best with the tape on here, but I'm really the only one that's gonna see it, and it's not terrible. You can still see everything behind it, and it works for what I wanted it to and how I need it to work. So I was like, nah, I don't care. It's fine for me. But this right here is my current everyday planner. I use, as I did in my A5, I use this a page per day besides the weekends. The weekends I split into 2 because I don't usually have a lot of stuff going on the weekends. You would think that would be opposite. You would think I would have more stuff going on the weekends instead of the weekdays. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like to leave the house very, very often. And we live in a smaller town, so there's not really anything to do that doesn't require traveling an hour or more to go do. So really the weekends are just kind of slow and relaxing, and that's okay for me. But it's kind of like a bullet journal, and I'm still doing journaling and stuff in it too. And I've been in it, it probably hasn't even been a couple weeks. When did I start it? December 3rd. So yeah, it's been almost a full month that I've been in here. And I really like it. I like the Stalogy and the standard size. I like having less room. It's less intimidating to fill up. But like I said, for whatever reason, that A5 is drawing me back. So I will probably end up in an A5 again before the end of January. And that's okay. Because honestly, I've always said, and I've always told people, you don't work for the planner works for you. If it's not working out for you, then switch it up. It's clearly not meant to be. Don't force it to try and work for you, because then it's not going to be enjoyable. You're not going to want to grab your planner, grab your journal and write in it or plan in it if you're not happy with it, if you're not happy with how it's set up, if you're not happy with the size, if you're not happy with the paper, the pen, whatever it is that you're using. You know, I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, I'm doing really good today. But anyway, as I was saying, you don't work for the planner works for you. So if something's not working in your planner, whether it be the planner itself, the system, the paper, the pen, whatever it is, switch it up. There's no harm in doing so. And if that's what makes you happy and that makes you wants to plan and inspires you, I say go for it. The amount of times that I have switched sizes throughout the year is probably too many, but you know what? It works for me. And if that's what makes me happy at the time, I'm gonna do it. And that's what I always tell people. But yeah, so I don't really have, it's my planner and my journal system is pretty simple. I don't like to use a lot of different notebooks or planners at the same time, because then I just get confused, I get overwhelmed, I lose information, and I'm not about that. I'm not about that. And I know I have a few different notebooks that I use, but as long as they're in one cover, if I can carry my whole system that I use every day in one cover, I'm happy. Doesn't matter how many notebooks are in it, as long as it's one system and one cover. I have a hard time using different systems and different covers at the same time. This is for finances though, and this is my everyday carry, so it's completely different. But yeah. So that is my current setup, and will be my current setup for 2022, the beginning of 2022. Awful rambly, I know, but I wanted to go through the kind of conundrum I was in with these two sizes. But now that that is over, I will do a little plan with me. So we will do the first week of January, the first full week of January we can set up, because I've already got the first and the second tied into this week. So we'll just go ahead and start a new page. All right, so I'm actually gonna go really simple this spread, I think, and I'm just gonna use 2 different washies. I don't think I'm gonna use any stickers. We're just gonna see how it goes. So I'm gonna pick out a Tombow marker here. What color do I want to use? Ooh, do I want to use this one? I think so. I think we'll go with this one. Okay. So while I'm doing this, how was everyone's Christmas? I want to know if you guys did a lot, if you guys went anywhere, if you just kind of stayed at home this year. Did you get what you wanted for Christmas? I got a few things that I had wanted for Christmas that I was really excited about. I actually even got a few new journaling stuff too from my husband, so I was really excited to use those. Really excited. Did you guys get any new journaling items or anything? Let me know. I love hearing what people got. And I love hearing how people celebrate too. Like, do you have traditions that you do every year? Probably not actually gonna do much for, oh my word, I forgot how to spell Wednesday for a second. I'm probably not gonna do much for New Year's Eve. We usually go over to my parents' house and celebrate, but I know my dad has to work this year, so we're probably not gonna go over. And my husband and I will probably stay up just long enough to watch the ball drop, and then we're gonna conk out and go to bed. I just have a feeling that 2022 might be hopefully not worse, but I have a feeling it might be worse than 2021. So we'll see. I'm very hopeful, but that it won't be worse. But I don't know. I don't know. It's been a crazy year. It's been a crazy 2 years. Like, I still can't believe it's been 2 years almost with all this stuff going on. Oops. Oh, get that in there. Do you guys like been meaning to ask you, do you guys like the chatty planner videos, or do you like ones that are mainly just music in the background and there's no talking? Or do you like a combination of the both, where there's a little bit of music, a little bit of talking? Because for me, personally, I know it depends on my mood. Some days I will watch very, very chatty playing with me videos, and I love them and I'm happy with them. And other times I'm like, nope, can't do it, and I find ones that are mainly just music, or even like those ASMR ones. I really enjoy those ASMR ones. I think those are pretty neat. I've always wondered how they do them. Is it like the microphone? Like, is it just a special microphone that they use, or is it something, or is it just how they edit it? I don't know, but I've always liked them. I think they're really cool. My cursive is not the best here, guys. I'm sorry. Don't judge me. The last time they taught us cursive, at least, you know, where I grew up, was like back in 3rd grade, and they taught it for maybe half the year. So my cursive is horrendous, and I have a hard time even reading cursive sometimes, depending on who's written it. Oh, it's terrible, and I always feel so bad. But it's not a skill that I was able to hone in on because it was never taught, at least not properly. But I do my best, and sometimes it doesn't turn out half bad, and then other times it looks like a 5-year-old wrote it. And I forgot to mention too, I'm actually using, I was really surprised on the Nostalgia paper that I've had these for a little while. It's the Sharpie S-Gel Pen. I think it's 0.7 tip. I always thought they smeared really bad on the Nostalgia paper, and I never really used them on the Nostalgia paper because of that reason. And then I picked this one up the other day because I forgot I had it. It's a metal barrel, which I really like. It gives it a nice weight to the pen. And I picked it up the other day and tried it in my test Nostalgia, because I have like a test Nostalgia where I can, you know, test different things in it for pens and stuff, and it didn't smear. Like, if you let it sit for like a second after you wrote in it, it didn't smear. And I was like, what sorcery is this? Like, no smear. Like, I just wrote that, no smear. So I switched to using this as my everyday pen for the time being. And I'm really happy. It really writes smooth. I know some people have said they've had issues with like skipping and stuff on it, but so far this one's been really good. So hopefully that'll stick and I can use it for a while. Whenever I write the to-do, I use this Tombow food and no soke. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry, guys. I will butcher it terribly. But I use this brush pen. I think it's the hard tip one, and I write the to-do with it underneath the header here. And this is the fanciest I get for writing. I envy the people who can write in like the pretty, like, calligraphy type handwriting, and it's so beautiful. Their lettering is so beautiful, and I cannot achieve that no matter how often I practice. So I love seeing the videos with people too who have that kind of calligraphy type handwriting, because it's so beautiful to me. But I do my best. And honestly, I'm the only one that sees this. Well, besides you guys. But if you guys don't like it, you don't have to watch it, you know? So as long as it doesn't bother me, I'm happy. And it doesn't really bother me that my handwriting isn't the best. Okay. Like I said, this plan with me is going to be kind of a simple one this week. I'm not going too heavy on it. All right, let's do some washi. I just got this washi tape from Amazon this week, and it actually came in a pack with, oops, a whole bunch of other ones, and I can link it down in the description below. I thought they were beautiful. I've wanted grid washi for a while, so I just decided to go for it. I got some Christmas money from my parents. We both did, so I figured why not. Oh, come on. Does anyone else like struggle getting the washi off at times? I always feel like it's always gonna like rip, and then you get the ones sometimes that you can get ripped off, and then it just like keeps going around and it just rips it all in half before you can even get it off the roll. It makes me so sad. If that even made any sense whatsoever, what I just said. Oh my word. I swear, I'm doing good today, I swear. Let me get a sip of coffee here. Maybe that'll help. Okay. All right, we're good. Oh my word, come on. Why am I struggling so hard with this? So this one I will rip in half, actually. I might add stickers to this spread later on, but for right now, I think I'm just gonna stick with washi. Just washi. That went a little too far over, that's okay. Go right in the crease. Really like this color combination, actually. I'll do this one. And I don't really have a rhyme or reason half the time when I'm decorating. I just put it down where I think it'll look nice. So there's not really any rhyme or reason to what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of sticking it down. That's kind of my process for most things when I decorate. Oh, and it might get a little loud. I apologize. The heater is right outside my door in my office here, so you might hear a little bit of loud kind of background noise. I'll try and cover it up, I think, with some light music when I edit this, but it might get kind of loud for people with earphones, so I'm just warning you in advance, and I apologize. It's cold here in New York. I'm honestly surprised it didn't click on sooner today, to be honest, in this video. There, I think I like how that turned out. Is anyone else, excuse me, experiencing like a planar, I don't know if I call a planar crisis, but like a planar conundrum, where you know you're gonna start out the year in a certain size, but your heart your heart and your mind are like, what if we do this size? How about we switch to here? Is anyone else experiencing that? Because I didn't think I would experience it, because I love the setup in this so much, until I started experiencing it, and I was like, oh no. So, and I don't mind switching planner sizes a lot. I mean, I really don't. I do, but I don't. Like, because I feel I get set up, you know, in one planner, and then I get used to it, I really enjoy it, and then it's like, you know, 24 hours later, I'm like, nah, let's switch. And I don't know why I do that. But it's okay. I suppose that happens. As long as I can plan and as long as I can journal, it doesn't really matter, I guess, what size I'm in. I just don't like switching sizes as much at the same time, because then I lose... Sorry, lost my train of thought. Because then I lose, like, I get confused. I misplace things of where I put certain information and stuff like that, and I don't like doing that. So that's why I try and stick to a planner, one planner size. But clearly I don't succeed. I don't really have a rhyme or reason to this setup, to all this washi tape. I'm just kind of sticking it down. And actually, I'm actually really enjoying it, how this is turning out so far, which surprises me considering I'm just kind of sticking it down wherever. I guess that's a good thing. Whoa, get off there. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Throw that little piece away. Ah. And I think we'll put this one right here. There. Cool. I actually really like how that turned out. I'll probably add some stickers later on, but I think right now I kind of just like it with just the washi tape. What do you guys think? Sometimes I think the more simpler the spread, the better it turns out sometimes. Okay, so let's plan a few things. So I know I have a payday coming up. So that'll be Friday. What one do I want to use? We'll use this one. I think these stickers right here I got from one of the Happy Planner books. I couldn't tell you I couldn't tell you what one at this moment. I think it was just like the everyday planning essentials or something like that, whatever they call it. If I can find it, I will link it down below. But Friday I've got to pay bills. Alright, I know Monday I definitely have to go grocery shopping. Let me use... So this is something, actually, while I'm here, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This little pen pouch I actually just got too. I'll try and be quick about how I use it, but I love it so far. This little front pocket here opens up just by itself. And it holds some of the pens that I've currently been using in my journal, because I like changing up the colors when I journal depending on my mood. And these are the ones I've currently been using in it. I'll switch them out as my mood changes, because I tend to use the colors depending on my mood. But for right now, these are the ones I've been using. And you also have access to like the big pocket in here too. And then in the big pocket, I have... In here, I've got some stickers that I've made myself on my Cricut, and some cute sticky notes, and some sticker flakes that came with those sticky notes. And then I've also got a cute little, like a matchbox thing. Matches cover, oh my word. Match cover that's got some sticky notes in it too. I actually got this from my friend at work. She found these when she went, I think, to Virginia or something, and she brought them back to me, and I thought they were so cute, and I thought it was so nice of her. But in this big pocket here, I have all of these little sticker sheets that I use a lot. I use them quite often in my daily planning. And I got these little binder rings off Amazon, and I got a big pack of them, so I have so many of them. But it was cheap, so I, you know, had a lot. I didn't care. And I punched the holes in all of the corners here so I can fit these all in here, and this will just come with me wherever I go. If I want to go planning, or even if it's just like out to the living room to plan, I can have all my stickers and stuff that I use in here. And I also have some like the PVC washi sample card things too coming in that I plan on doing the same thing. I'm going to punch a hole in the corner, put a couple of them on a binder ring, and then put some washi samples on so I can carry some washi samples when I go places instead of having to worry about bringing washi rolls with me instead. But I just did that this week. These little stickers here, these Love Like No Otter stickers, were actually a digital download that I bought from Etsy. If I remember correctly, and I will link this down below as well, if I remember correctly, the shop was called like Zakka Digital, Z-A-K-K-A Digital. Like I said, I'll link it down below because I'm not 100% certain if that was the right one for these. But they were digital download. I got to download them all and print and cut them on my own Cricut, and I got them for like $6. Like literally, this whole stack right here are all different, like of the, I guess you would call them like the emoji stickers. And I got this whole digital download for all of these for $6, and I print them and cut them on my Cricut, and now I can print them and cut them whenever I want because I have the actual download. So I was really excited when I found that. But I've just picked out a little one here for grocery shopping, because I do try to grocery shop on Mondays. So, because I realized as I got older, not many people like to grocery shop Monday afternoon after work, because it's a Monday. Who wants to go grocery shopping on a Monday? So that's when I try and do my grocery shopping, is when no one else is grocery shopping. I'm trying to think, do I have anything else for the rest of next week? I don't think I do. I think next week's going to be a pretty quiet week. It's my first week back, so actually, let me put in here. I'll put a little note here. I'm going to use another sticker, because I actually have to start work again on Tuesday. We have off Monday. Let's see, I think I'll use one of these little laptop ones. We go back to work because we've been on shutdown. And I've been working from home quite often, so I don't think I'll go back into the office this week. I'll just put back to work. Back to work. And then Monday, Full Star is paid holiday for us. I love that our company shuts down for like a week every Christmas. It's nice. It's a nice break for the holidays, that's for sure. I don't think I have anything else, so I think that is it. So let me kind of just go through real quick for the setup. So it's really simple. As you can see, I'll add more as I figure out what I have, but I really don't think I have too much for to-dos and appointments and stuff this week. But yeah, this is my setup and my everyday carry for 2022, for at least the beginning of 2022. But hey, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate it. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. And thanks for stopping by. Bye, everyone.